use the word contradictory force. We use the word contradiction quite a bit in our treatment because somebody will come in and, let's say I went to a social event, maybe a conference, and say, I guess nobody likes me because nobody talked to me. So we would say, okay, what's the evidence? And they said, well, I was in a big room and nobody came over to say hello. So then I'll say, well, is there any contradictory evidence, anything else that happened? And they say, oh, yes, I guess on the way in somebody did talk to me, but I forgot about that. And then I said, well, how about earlier? He said, yeah, I guess when I was at the bar having a drink, somebody talked to me. So as soon as they bring in the contradictory evidence, so it's very important, then the conclusion goes away. They come back to reality. Right.
That's right.
So that's why the contradictory force is so really important. Otherwise, people will come to a conclusion and then they'll look for evidence that supports the conclusion. But you got to teach them how to contradict their conclusion. You have to teach them how to find contradictory evidence. That's education too. Much of our therapy is just education. I guess the big question, though, is how do you educate the mass of the world to do that?
Now, of course, I think in modern education, so my view, since several years, is that it seems in modern education, sufficient sort of pay attention. I think sufficient pay attention about brain development, knowledge, but not equally, not equal attention has been paid about the warm-heartedness or this. I believe, I think almost 1,000 years ago, in the European continent, the separate education institution started. And at that time, I think as far as moral ethics is concerned, the church take the full responsibility, and also family. Now time passes. So at that time, the separate, newly developed education institution, then their only responsibility is education, brain development. Now time passes, the influence of church, sometimes you see little decline, and family also, sometimes you see the family value, also sometimes little difficulties. So then the newly developed education institution only take care about brain development. Exactly. Then eventually nobody pay attention or take care about the moral ethics side. Right. So the modern education seems not completed. Now, then again, there are two views. This is some opinion. One view is moral ethics must be based on religious faith. Then the moral ethics now a bit narrowed. But another view, another opinion, moral ethics can be taught or can be sustained through our awareness, through our analytical meditation. Even, I think, with help of scientific finding, as your sort of experiment, without involve religious faith. So that usually I call secular ethics. But secular here, according to Mahatma Gandhi, secular means not a rejection of religion, respect not only one religion, but all religions respect. And also no discrimination, whether believer or non-believer. So that's the spirit of secular. So irrespective whether believer or non-believer, you see, they make clear the importance of ethics, moral ethics. So otherwise, the education system, more secular basis, then once you see moral ethics, if moral ethics involve religious faith, then they, according to the principle of secular education, and sometimes there's difficulties, conflict. So I feel, I don't know whether it's correct or not, I don't know, but I feel that we need the secular way to approach, secular way approach the moral ethics. So that, I think, can promote with scientific sort of finding and your own experience like that. I mean, with help of these findings, then I think we should have some more program in education from the kindergarten. And now here, I think the best response to conflict is dialogue, not violence, not showing force. But because the other also part of me, part of we, therefore have to solve through human way, not violent way. So the promotion of peace, with that promotion of dialogue, I think promotion of spirit of dialogue, I think must go together. So one way in education field. Then media people. I think usually the media, I think again, now a bit too long, okay. 2 minutes, no. Now, then they